York. Those were just some of the well-known Canadian universities participating in a national business competition at Queen's University last week. Another school at the competition was probably less well-known amongst its competitors, Okanagan College. But that didn't stop the college from finishing in the top 3 in 4 categories. Zach Webster placed first in his category, which was ethics. And Zach is a third-year business student at the college, and he joins me now in studio. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Tell me, why did you enter this contest about ethics?
Well, because ethics has always been an infatuation of mine. Since the first time I was exposed to it, I've enjoyed it. And as I've gone into business, I've noticed it in a lot of the different areas. Accounting is for some people, marketing is for some people, and for some people it's not. But I find that ethics has something to say in each of the disciplines. And I kept getting addicted to where we can see it in all of the different areas.
And tell me just the ideas behind ethics, if there's some way you can sort of categorize what this is for people out there.
Categories, ethics?
Yeah.
Generally, a set of rules or guidelines for how we ought to act. More broadly, I tend to think of it as kind of genuinely good motivations for acting.
So how do you compete in ethics?
Well, I mean, with any kind of community and different perspectives, there's different interests, and inevitably those different interests collide. And of anywhere you're going to see that, you definitely clearly see it in business. And so, while the subject matter, whether it's going to be human resources or marketing or accounting, might vary, the conflicts of interest always arise.
Okay.
So it's about finding out the proper resolutions for that.
Okay, so let's find out what you actually had to do in this competition to win. Sure. Tell me about the scenario they presented you.
The case itself was about a fictitious university based in Canada who was a bit strapped for cash, and a lot of its revenue was coming from an exchange program from a fictitious European country, and students from there traveled to this university, and there was deregulated tuition fees, which basically meant they could charge about as much as they wanted, and so a lot of the income came from there, and as a result, this country expected their students to do very well, which they had the previous year, but this year there was a change in faculty, and one of the faculty members, which these students were a part of, kind of pressed on and had higher standards than the previous year, and a lot of the students didn't do well. In fact, one third of the class had failed, and these were all of these exchange students. And there was a lot of reason to believe that if this failure was accepted, if the dean kind of signed off on these failed marks, that the other country wouldn't continue sending their students. There would be an outrage.
They would lose the money.
They would lose the money, yeah.
So the idea is you get this scenario in a sealed envelope, you're locked into a room to sort of hash this out on what the solution is. So what did you come up with?
Well, yeah, after 4 hours of brainstorming and putting together a presentation, and then another hour of kind of practicing everything going on, we eventually came to the kind of a compromise solution, which suggested that we as the dean work with the faculty member involved to create a final comprehensive exam which all the students could take again, and that way they had another opportunity to pass and get credit for the course, as well as if the university was concerned about political fallout or the kids not doing well as well, they could then put in some more resources with regard to tutorials to assist them in learning, as opposed to somehow as opposed to any solution that might give them credit for grades that they hadn't really achieved.
Okay, now why do you think Okanagan College, against all these other universities across the country, why did this institution do so well in this competition?
For a number of different reasons. I think, to be forced to summarize it, it would definitely be the kind of community and intimacy provided by the college. We had the full support of the administration, both morally and morale-wise and financially. We had incredible faculty who are dedicated to our success in these competitions. We've got a couple of professors who go year after year. We've got personal coaches for each team.
Wow.
Who really go, and then on top of that, the other competitors and the students that we go with. I know for certain that we would not have done well. My case with Bianca and I would not have succeeded if it hadn't been for the support of our other comrades. I remember being the night before nervous and kind of just relaxing after the long drive, and we got into Kingston. I was nervous as all heck, and I was certain we weren't going to do well. And our other competitors, our other students sat down and said, listen, you and Bianca have this. We're going to be there and support you. Never mind the judges, talk to us.
Well, congratulations. Yeah. It's an amazing feat. It sounds like it's also fun for you and helps you as a business student as well.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, like I said, ethics is in everything now, and it's not only as a pop culture kind of buzz phrase, but also as a meaningful component to a lot of the business that we're doing, from a moral standpoint and a financial standpoint. There's a strategic advantage to being moral now. Right. So without a doubt, an emphasis in it is essential.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us about it.
My pleasure.
That was Zach Webster. He's a third-year business student at Okanagan College, and he and a partner just won a national business ethics competition.